Ladies and gentlemen, you have found That Checks Out. I am your host, Ted Wilson. Over there, star of our show, Damon Bracchio. Bear murderer, producer, owner of the studio, Brian Big Mac is across the room from us.
Yeah.
This is our first time back in the studio in a long time.
Feels good.
Does feel good.
It does feel good.
We're united. It feels so good.
I have totally missed the studio. Nothing in it. But
You didn't miss the shower?
Yeah. No, you won't let me use it.
Well, that's a good point.
So, hey, while we were on our hiatus,
Yes.
we actually got a sponsor on our website for a show. And it was Gina Petty and Lola, okay, the hair salon, hair studio. And she has her podcast, Intentionally Lola, which we've talked about and we've done.
People should go listen to that.
But it was totally unnecessary, but very much appreciated that she paid for an episode.
Yeah,
So-
well, did she give you $73? Yeah. Because she gave us a $2 bill when we were there.
She's like, just in case of emergency, break glass. Wilson does not get that
I
present.
had 75, but I lost 2 of it somewhere.
But
Got you biscuits and gravy and sponsored a show.
It was nice.
That's amazing.
It was nice. Well, they're going to come and sit in the
they're
studio
gonna be
with
in
us
the studio in a couple weeks.
in a couple weeks, which will be fun. And they're going to see how all this stupidity happens. So that's not going to be fun for them.
No.
So,
They don't know that now. Don't listen to this now, Gina. Skip over. Yeah. Keep going. Keep going. Okay,
Earmuffs,
come back
kids.
in. Now you're
Earmuffs.
back. Now you're
Earmuffs.
back.
But so what I want to do, I want to acknowledge her hair salon is Lola, and the address is 11 South 2nd Street in Geneva, Illinois, 60134. Now, we were there.
Yeah.
So it's very nice. I don't get my hair done in a salon. I'm guessing you don't.
I don't. What are we talking? I don't even understand what these words that people use. Like I don't. What are we talking about?
So what I'm doing, Gina does not know anything about this. Again, earmuffs. I'm going to give her 2 hairstyles that she can now give at her salon. Not at a discounted rate, mind you, because we don't know anybody. We're nobody.
Yeah.
But if you ask for the Damon, okay, this is for the I'm freshly paroled and have a buy one, get one half off coupon for face tattoos. It's all business on top and party in the back. All right? Now, then you have the Ted.
Can I just preface with, uh-oh.
As for the Ted, it's the perfect mixture of middle age and regret with just a hint of get off my lawn. It's all repossession on top and foreclosure in the back.
I just did a Jim DePam moment with Brian over here.
I know. You guys are doing total office stuff like that. Yeah. I wish.
Can it be like a hint of ginger, just like maybe in 3 or 4 hairs?
Yeah, a hint of ginger.
Yeah.
That's what we could do that. We could do that. Yeah.
They should go down. She's in a fantastic location right downtown. There's some great, restaurants and bars
Everything's
and
in walking
boutiques
distance.
down there. Yeah, just make a day of it. Go down there.
Go down there and check it out. But
Get made beautified.
I honestly think like for the complete, because she was telling us what she does. She spends like an hour with everybody.
Right, and that's a good point. I mean, people that listen to that podcast will know that it's not just hairstylist. It's a whole.
You're getting therapy too.
Yeah, it's a whole
almost.
thing. Yeah,
yeah. She's very intuitive into people. So it's we are not
right.
We're the exact opposite.
Yeah, we wasted most of her day.
Yeah, we did. We really did. So, but it is for the complete salon experience. Just give Gina and the ladies at Lola, give them a call. It's 331-588-5649. When I saw the 588, what did you think?
My head was like, don't say 2300. Don't ruin this commercial for her.
No, Gina, your phone number's safe, but I wanted to say 2300.
2300.
Yeah.
Empire.
Lola. That's what I want to say. So, but no, thank you very much. So as we get on, we've been a while since we've kind of recorded.
Yes.
And
I do find it's weird, though, that even though we were traveling and recording, we were still in the same position where you were to my left.
Correct. Yeah. We're going to need to go overseas. That way we can switch sides.
So Brian should have been like on a rig in the front of the hood, looking back towards us.
Yeah. He'd be gathering pigeons for slaughter. Yeah.
Well, that's what he does.
Yeah.
These aren't chickens. I want out.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry. You were saying that we were back in the studio.
So we're back in the studio, but we need to kind of catch up. So Mac, you went to Miami?
Yep.
How was that?
It was awesome.
Yeah? Just fun vacation time?
Do they play the Will Smith song when you land?
No, no.
That's disappointing.
I'm not familiar with all the cool kid music these days. I don't know what it was.
I don't think Will Smith is either, but sure.
I was going to say, yeah.
It was not Will Smith.
He's like, they played Wild Wild West. Wrong song, Brian.
Wrong coast.
I think you went to the wrong airport.
Yeah. Were you in Miami of Ohio? Because I don't think that's the right one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so how was your trip? What'd you do down there?
Just sat on the beach mostly. They have a curfew, so it's like 10 p.m. to 5 a.m., so you can't really go to bars or clubs.
Really? Was
Yeah,
there inside stuff, though? Could you do stuff inside?
Yeah.
You could?
Yeah.
Okay.
But no, not really any live music or anything.
You know, because
like that
Damon's itching to
kind
get
of
down there
program.
to America's Wang, so
I really am.
he's
I
going to
really
probably
am.
pump you for questions later.
Yeah. Well, you shouldn't use those words in sentences so
I
close
used
to
them
each
on
other.
purpose.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. I chuckled.
Lots of really expensive cars.
Oh, I can imagine.
It was
Yeah.
pretty insane.
They do like car rental down there. It's like exotic car rentals and stuff.
I
Crazy.
think so because we got there Labor Day weekend and it was like Lamborghini, Ferrari, Tesla, Rolls Royce, Bentley, like everywhere.
One of
Prius.
these things doesn't belong here.
Brian's like, rocked my Prius.
One of these things isn't the same.
You want to run them title for title? The people at Enterprise are going to be pissed.
I rented a Volvo.
You rented a Volvo?
You rented a refrigerator on wheels.
Wow. Were you picking up grandparents going around? What were you doing? A Volvo?
Yeah. You can get a Volvo here. I don't know if you know that.
Actually, it's all they had available. I wanted a compact car because I'm terrible at parallel parking, and
Oh, yeah, the Lamborghini's out.
that's what I rented. And then I show up, and they're like, "Yeah, we don't have any of those. Have this giant hatchback thing."
Really?
That happened to me in DC. I rented a compact car because we were going to drive into the city. We get there. We see something went wrong. I think it's probably because they're looking for me under 1L or whatever. So it takes 10 seconds longer than it should have. We get out to the garage, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we just gave your car away because you didn't show up real quick, but we're going to upgrade you to a minivan." So Tina and the kids are thrilled because they're not going to be crammed in a car, and I'm like, "Crap."
Yeah.
Now I got to drive a minivan around Washington D.C. That's going to be fun. But the same thing. We literally just parked it, and like we're walking everywhere. That's on you now.
Yeah. I ended up there for a couple
Actually,
hours.
I'm sorry. I knew a guy that landed.
Yeah.
Did you fly? So you flew down there then?
Yeah,
What was that like these days?
O'Hare is pretty much still O'Hare.
Was it busy?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. Miami, or actually, we flew into Fort Lauderdale, but completely dead. There's ghost town in that airport.
Really?
Yeah, there's nobody there.
Yeah. Usually airports are busy. I know you've never probably been in one, but
I like looking at planes.
Yeah, I know. We almost
I like
died.
looking at planes. So-
almost done.
we didn't last time, though, when we were traveling. That was a little one flying over a
Yeah,
field.
that's true.
That was little.
So was that planned for a while, and you just had to take that trip, or did you just last minute kind of thing?
No, we were supposed to go to New Orleans back in May, but then
Oh yeah, stuff happened.
Everything,
I don't know
yeah.
if people know.
yeah,
There's a thing going around.
and Amy had to use some vacation time, so
Well, you had one of your 53 weeks, right,
Yeah.
that you were using? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just checking.
That
get
makes
to-
sense.
some store pretty generous.
That checks out. Yeah, it checks out. Yeah. They're not a sponsor, Brian, so don't talk about them.
Yeah.
Some
Oh, yeah.
store.
Did you see? Did you
gonna
see
bleep
Bill and
that.
Ted's 3?
Some store.
No, I haven't seen it yet.
My kids went and saw it. They said it was terrible.
I enjoyed it, but did they see the?
Some store,
No, but I heard that's a huge part of that, right?
some store.
It's a huge part
It's a
of
very important part to the ending. Yeah.
Yeah. No, my kids went and saw it, the older two, and they said that it was awful. And I said, why did you go? You could just get it on the TV. You know,
That's what
and-
I just got on the TV. But I grew up with Bill. Like Bill and Ted's was like
Oh,
our.
I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it as good as the first one? No.
Right.
Absolutely not. But was it closure for the thing? Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Really?
I wouldn't be like, I would tell you this: steal it from me because I bought it. Don't pay the money.
Oh, I got
That's
you.
what I'm saying. Like,
Right.
don't like. I paid the money. I would like to give it away to like maybe 10 people to make it worth my money now. But yeah, wait till it's cheaper.
I'll
Don't-
take one of those.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Brian's like, date night, coming home.
Now that I say that, Jeff Bezos is going to be outside ready to break my knees. I need your $20. I only am a trillionaire.
Did you get that on Amazon?
I'm pretty sure I did.
Oh, man. Yeah. He knows. He knows right now.
Oh, he knew before I said it. He's going to say the thing. Just watch, everybody. Here it is.
And you know what? Even when movie theaters open back up, I don't know that I'll just rush right out. And that's what's bad. Like now, if you're bored and there's no new releases because there's nothing that's finished from Hollywood. So,
Well, the stuff that is, they're not releasing. I read that the movie theaters that opened for Tenet, because that's the one that opened the Christopher Nolan movie, they're hurting because they're not making enough money to justify opening back up for the pay and the rent and all that stuff. Because they could justify not paying rent when they were closed, but now that they're back open, they can't be like, well, we don't have any money to give you for rent because we're taking in like $8 a day or whatever. But
I got this coupon. I bought the Groupon. There's 19 of us in the car, and we want one large Coke and a
now,
popcorn.
to be fair, you say that, but drive-in theaters have been popping this summer.
Well, yeah. Well, there's a lot of bands doing drive-in concerts.
Yeah.
So, which I don't know. I don't think I'd be a fan of that. but whatever.
I want to go to one so I can turn on your seat heater when you're not paying attention. I was listening to a podcast about The Office. We talked about that earlier, and they said that John Krasinski played one prank on Jenna Fisher, who played Pam. The entire series, they were driving out to a location. It was a really hot day, and she's like, "Man, it's really hot." He's like, "Yeah, I'm okay. I mean, it's warm, but I don't like." He turned the seat heater on.
Really?
He claims he stole that joke from George Clooney. Clooney did that to him while filming Leatherhead. So the joke I've been playing on you, I guess I've just been Clooneying you.
Yeah, well, you're.
It makes it cooler because I
Maybe
stole
with those new boots.
Hey, don't make fun of my new boots.
New boot goofing.
New boot goofing.
I saw those. They are cool looking though. They're very cool.
They're from Calvin Klein.
I thought they were from John DeCoste.
Well, there's one.
Make up your mind.
There's 1 degree of separation.
Make up your mind.
They got Kevin Bacon.
If they were from Tony Danza, they'd be mine right now.
Yeah, I know. You wouldn't even let me take them off.
Ted, enjoy your new Skechers.
I just have stumps.
Enjoy your Skechers, Ted. They're worn in.
Oh, I had to throw,
They smell like
my
my socks.
Skechers away
Why?
because they fell into Lake Michigan,
Oh, yeah.
attached to my feet.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, what happened there?
It's slick right out there by the lake. I don't know if you know that. I don't know if you know when cement gets wet from
Yeah, but it's
the
not,
lake. It had that like
how
weird
wet?
green
How
slime.
fast were you going?
Oh, I wasn't moving at all. There was a woman coming towards me. Now, there's this lighthouse. You have to walk out on this like treacherous like path. There's no railings, no nothing. There's warning signs everywhere, so it's like it's not my fault. But this woman's coming towards me, giving no ground. I mean, she is not giving up ground. And she looked to be my mother's age or older, and I'm like, well, I can't like barrel through this old woman.
You can.
Well, I know I shouldn't. I know that now. So I step out of the way.
Nobody likes a quitter.
My foot catches the slope of the cement just enough for my momentum to start tipping. Now, here's where I'm like, okay, you can either go face first into the lake or you can slide down. I decide I'm going to slide down. Well, my momentum was like, you're not stopping, buddy. And I slid almost into the lake. But then I stood up, and right as I stood up, this boat had gone by, and so this wake comes by and literally just goes to my knees and lower. Now, luckily, I'm wearing shorts, so that like they don't get that green slime on them. But I pick up my feet, and it has just like that muck, like in my shoes. And then we're out at a beach. We're walking around, so we're going into shops all day long. I get back to the cabin we had rented, and I took my shoes off. I'm like, oh, these need to be burned. They need to be sacrificed to every deity on this planet. They're never making it home.
Yeah.
So I literally put them in a bag, and they didn't make it. So we don't have matching Skechers anymore, Damon.
Not even the Skechers.
Well, the funny thing is I'm trying to get back up, but it's sloped, and I can't. And Tina's like, grab my hand. Pull. I'm like, no, because I try to pull.
Yeah, she's going in.
Yeah, you're going in. I'm like, let me walk down to where there's a railing, and I'll pull myself up. So I start doing that, and as I do that, I hear these gasps. I turn around because my daughter had fallen down. And then I hear someone from the dock, because, sound carries over water, like, look at them dumb butts over there, like, falling down and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, that's me. He's talking about us. We're Wilsons with 2 L's, sir.
Yeah. That's when you should have went incognito. 1 L.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My name is Todd Wilson, 1 L. Yeah. I'm on a podcast with David.
Yeah, with Payman Duracchio. Yeah. You just switched my first and last letter. What does that do for me at all?
I figured it out. Now they know the code.
Now they cracked the code. You can throw that little orphan Annie code ring away. Hey, so when we were traveling to get waffles, which was fun, but when we were traveling, we had come up with I had focused more on the blanket idea that we had totally skipped over from you.
Right.
That was made of waffles.
I
don't want to spend much.
I
don't want to. Well, no, you still you invested that in the floral. But anyway, I have 2 names because we had no names.
Yeah, we had no names, right?
So it's a waffle blanket, right?
Yeah.
First one. Oh
no! If you're gonna say a wanket,
a wanket.
Yeah, I thought of that in the car, and I was like, I almost said it. Like, nope,
a wanket.
Nope.
You looked right at me like you had my word when I went to say it. What about a bloffle?
That also.
That sounds dirty.
Okay.
Not
this made me think of something, and I'm not trying to one-up you. I promise you that. But
do you know a guy?
No.
Okay.
When we were in Michigan, we were looking at, restaurant, like takeout menus, to get food and stuff because we're traveling for vacation.
Yeah.
Some place had, because I do a joke about BLTs, and I said that people do Balt's, bacon, avocado, lettuce, and tomato. Like I do a whole thing about that. And thing. These people decided to move the A to the other side of the L. And then they also had an R in there. I don't remember what it was, but they called it a blart. It was on their menu.
Was it a mall cop?
No.
Okay. That's the only Blart I know.
Yeah, but I was like, yeah. Did you run that by anyone?
Sounds dirty.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it sounds
I'm
like
literally going through like, buffalo chicken sandwich, Cubano, Reuben, Blart. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. Hold on.
yeah. Yeah. Pause. That's great. So did you get one?
Yeah, I got 2, of course, because I wanted one for the road. But yeah, so did you say, what was it? Balafel?
Blawful.
Yeah, that's awful.
Yeah, but Blawful.
Yeah.
I think that would work.
The awful Blawful? Can we get Outback Steakhouse to support that?
We should get a
Because they have the
sponsor.
awesome blossom. Like, can they have the awful Blawful?
Yeah, the awful Blawful.
Yeah. Put that in the dessert menu.
Drove 4 hours
It's a
for the
blanket
awful
you can
Blawful.
take home. It's a take-home blanket that's made of waffle.
Yeah. We could get it a la mode for you. Throw the ice cream right in there. Send it home with the kids.
Yeah, people are getting stuff to go all the time now. I'm going to call them up. Hold on. Brian, we can make phone calls from here, right?
Yeah, Brian, can we call
Yeah.
people? Can we call Tony Danza?
If you got his number.
There's always a catch. Brian's always finding a way to get you.
See, I got to ask him A or B, right? I can't ask
Right.
him. Yeah. And can we call? No.
No.
Yeah, but at least he was nice about it.
Yeah.
I'll try
If you
Googling
have
his phone number.
Just try to Google his phone number.
Yeah, let's see.
Hey, true story.
True story.
No, true story. So I got a phone call one time. This was
Oh, wait. That's an amazing story.
yeah, like
One time.
One time.
Yeah, sure.
But I'm driving home from work, and this is back when you could talk on the phone in the car, like have it to your ear.
Oh, yeah. Actually, hold it.
So my phone's ringing, and I think it was a flip phone. That's how long ago it was. But my phone's ringing. Are you getting Tony Danza's number?
Yeah, he's getting a lot of Tony Danzas. I'm assuming he's not our age.
I don't think
he's
lives
not
in
younger than us.
Fort Worth, Texas. I'm not
Pensacola.
sure.
He lives in Pepsi-Cola, Florida.
But that's awesome. Hey, you know what? That's the first thing you ever Googled for me. This is a tier. This is a tier right here.
And it was trash.
It's a tier.
It's the first thing I ever Googled, and it's worthless.
Nowhere near what I needed or wanted, but thank you.
I get literal like speeches and
Yeah.
scripts to read.
Ted gets help. Yeah, I get made fun of. But hey, it's something. Baby steps. Baby
You're
steps.
welcome.
You get scam princes from Nigeria.
Oh yeah, that was on the way in, remember?
Yeah.
I got a
Anyway,
call.
so you got a call.
So I got a call. I answer the phone and I go, "Hello." Now, mind you, I have like the windows cracked in my car. And I was driving my older Cutlass.
Were you
so
eating a blart?
Yeah. But I was driving my older Cutlass, so I did not have power windows. So I'm not going to lay across the seat and like, boom, 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 crank the thing up, right?
Because you would have into the ditch.
Yeah. So yeah, I Velcroed into the ditch, right? So I said, you know what? I said, I answer the phone. I'm like, hello. And he goes, hey, it's Gary. And I go, I don't really know a Gary. So I go, Gary. He goes, and hand to God, I'm not lying to you, and this is not a one-up story. It's Gary Sinise. He's calling a radio station, and he dialed my number.
Wait, you talked to Lieutenant Dan?
That's what I said first. I go, Lieutenant Dan? He's on all kinds of shows that are way more popular.
Lieutenant Dan, ice cream.
That's the best one, though.
Ice cream, Lieutenant Dan.
It so is. And so anyway, that's exactly how I greet him. I go, Lieutenant Dan? And he goes, well, yeah. Like,
Did you
then
ask
I
him
go,
about his magic legs?
no, but I go, hey, you totally got the wrong number, but thanks for calling. And he's like, he goes, who do I have? I'm like, my name's Damon. I'm driving home from work. I'm a plumber. I mean, I was like early 20s, It's like 20 years ago.
I've done some stuff. What are you doing?
I'm like, so hey, and I mean, I don't remember what I said, but that's how I greeted him was Lieutenant Dan, like just to,
You're going to save Apollo 13 in a few years.
So it was so awesome. So I saved his number in my phone.
Oh, you're kidding me.
No, but here's the deal. So this is what I believe. I'm never going to be famous enough to know this.
Do you still have it?
I do.
Brian.
Yeah. So I don't have to Google Gary Sinise's number. Well,
Does he know Tony Danza?
I don't have to Google Gary Sinise's burner phone number that his agent gave him to call the radio station.
You make a very good point.
So anyway, I dialed the number back. The number doesn't exist. Bull crap, it doesn't exist. I just talked to Lieutenant Dan, right?
As
get me
soon as he
Lieutenant
got
Dan.
off the phone, that thing went out the window. Destroy this.
Yes. Burn this and never speak of this ever again. Put your contacts are in there. I'm okay. It's a risk I'm willing to take.
Destroy it harder.
Yeah. So yeah, it was amazing because and then you're thinking, you're like, somebody screwing me. But it was a number. I mean, I'd never seen this number before. Yeah. And I'm like, where's this prefix and this and that? And it was like before the day where you Google everything. So I don't, if it was somebody that did an elaborate hoax on me, great job.
They've won the war because it's like 20
years. But I can honestly tell you that I know I was talking to Gary Sinise because of the way his reaction when I go, Lieutenant Dan, and he's like, well, yeah, and yeah, that, yeah, and I'm like, he's like, I got the biggest Billy Bob ever answering the phone on accident,
It'd be great. It's like, you guys need to get a new phone screener at the station because that guy's an idiot.
Yeah. I should have just interviewed him. Yeah. I should have just been like, so what you been up to?
Is your studio mobile?
Yeah.
Is it moving?
Yeah. Do I hear a clicker? Are you turning right now? A little bit.
We could hear that on the. Did you hear that?
Yeah, we could. We could. Totally. Yeah. That was totally crazy. Yeah.
Like everything, you're like, can you hear that on the thing? Yes, we could. Future Ted is letting past Damon know. Yes, we can hear that.
Yeah. I didn't realize how stupid I sound when I go, there's a cat in my yard. I was like,
you squirreled that hard. So what we were talking about? Cat. There's a cat. You see the cat?
It walked right behind you. I'm talking to you, and then all of a sudden I see this cat, and I'm like, and then I would make sure Brian's not chasing it with something because that's what Brian does. I'm like, well, you don't even know where I live. It's just chasing strange animals.
Wait, this is your house?
Wait a minute, you don't have a fence either. Lots of callbacks here on Big Mac, but I like it. But no, that was my meeting a celebrity on accident. And again, like I guess if you're going to do that, now I know he's very well known for that. But I mean, and now here years later, he's very well known for being a good patriot and what he does for soldiers and what he does for kids and this and that. But then he was on like CSI, like that had just started.
Oh, yeah, right.
I mean, seriously, he was like on.
He was Mac. That was his name on CSI.
He was on a show on CBS that I never would have watched because I was too young, right? But he was on there, and I'm calling something that was 13 years ago, know, because when Forrest Gump come out, 94? Yeah. So I mean, and seriously, this was probably early 2000s, So I mean, I'm just like this happened 9-10 years ago, and this is what I'm calling back. But I'm sure now. I bet you if he has residuals off of anything, that's probably what made him the most money.
Well, that'll probably CSI.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, because is there more CSI? Because there's CSIs like different areas, right?
There were 4 of them. There was the original one in Vegas. There
but he was only on
Miami.
one?
He was in New York.
Okay.
And then there was CSI Cyber was the final one.
Cyber?
Yeah, it was computer.
Oh, like for computers?
Yeah.
Okay. So I never got into the show.
I never watched Cyber. That one actually, Ted Danson went from the main one to that one.
Was Scott Bakula on one of those?
No, he NCIS.
NCIS. That's the one because my wife is
in New Orleans.
Yes.
Did you could have gone and seen him, Brian?
Yeah, you could have went to New Orleans.
Ruined that for
Bakula. What do you?
His son Scotty Backs.
Yeah, I bet he wasn't driving a Volvo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, did you see CSI Miami while you were in Miami? Did that happen?
Were they there? What about Don Johnson?
No.
No?
We didn't see any celebrities.
You didn't see Crockett or Tubbs?
Crockett or Tubbs. But
you see Shower?
What about Tony Danza? Was he in Miami maybe?
No, didn't see him.
Okay, because apparently he lives in Pensacola, Florida. You Googled him like 30 seconds ago. Yeah. That was so cheap of you to like throw that up there.
I'm never doing anything for you again.
Well, that's obvious. You didn't have to state it.
Well, you ruined it.
Yeah.
Like he tried to help you out. And you're like, I don't even like this. Just take this down.
Well, here's the deal. If you're going to give 3% effort, I'll tell you what. You take the other 97 and I'll tell you what to do with it. So
you put it in your Volvo.
Yeah, put it in your Volvo. Yeah, in the trunk. But no, he gets a ton of vacation. I didn't go anywhere. Over that time, other than to get waffles.
Yeah, I mean,
but
over the last 2 weeks, I've been in Illinois, Missouri, Iowa, Indiana, and Michigan.
Really?
Yeah. It's depressing.
I was going to say, that is like
It is depressing.
Like, I'm picturing, the luggage from the cartoons where it gets stamped everywhere. Yeah. It's like the worst stamps ever.
Well, yeah, it's just a Nintendo D-pad. You went up, down, left, right.
Yeah. Was that the cat? Was it BABA?
Yeah.
But
I had select start because there were 2 players.
But no, I didn't go. I didn't go anywhere. I didn't really accomplish anything too. I started grinding my basement floor because I'm doing.
Is that a euphemism, or were you actually grinding your basement floor?
Well, all I know is the floor liked it. So, but no, I'm grinding it because I'm going to resurface it because I have 2 rooms down there.
I do. Is that the last thing you have to do?
That is.
Because I realized I was at your house and I never went down to see how it looked.
Yeah, it looks the exact same as it has for years because I lost interest in it. And the problem is I was going to put carpet in 2 areas. There's a bedroom down there, and then there's the area out by my TV, and I wanted to put carpet there because I figure if you walk down there and you want to be a little more comfortable than being on there. I've had water in there twice now from the window well, just like a puddle.
Yeah.
But a puddle wrecks carpet. It's not flooded. It's not nothing, but it's a puddle. I'm not putting myself through that. So I said, I'll just finish the floors. And then I can
throw a
squeeze it
rug
right
down
off
there?
if I need to. Yeah, I can put, and if it ruins a rug, it ruins a rug. Who cares?
So where's your treadmill? Is it in where the TV?
Treadmill's still in where the TV is because I have to take it apart to put it in the back room. So I need to finish that floor first and then take it apart.
Yeah, I made the challenge to myself.
Did you do it?
No, this is the weekend. I'm going to try to figure it out.
Are you really?
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm working Saturday and I don't have to come over and help. That's awesome.
I hate you. Yeah. I hate you so much.
There's a reason we're recording on Friday. There's a reason. So, but no, I started. So football started, right? And I'm doing fantasy football. Don't ask, but I'm doing fantasy football. But I started. I started remembering because memories are popping up now on Facebook, which I think that's a really cool thing on social media.
That's pretty much the only thing I like about Facebook anymore. It reminds me of what I was doing 10 years ago.
And I don't think it's cool that like I'm not if I post something, it's not really to brag. It's more to say like, hey, 3 years from now when I forgot I did this, or 20 minutes from now in my case, you know what I mean? You'll have a memory with Nicole. You have a memory with Ted. I have no memories with Big Mac other than you can't Google anything. You know, I should do that today. I should put on here, Big Mac attempted to Google, gave 3%. So next year, this time, when we're not even friends anymore, yeah, you heard me. But it started bringing up all these good memories. Like I took when I would take my kids to their first, generally we go early in the season, I take them to their first tailgate. And so,
I saw that. Yeah, right.
Yeah, so I put up the video of Chuck, who was he was small there, but that day, just from like probably within an hour of when I shot that video, we watched a guy. They're throwing beanbags next to us, right? We watched a guy pull in a parking spot in a truck that was way too big to pull in this parking spot. Okay, spoiler alert: he hits the car on the right side pulling in, gets confused, tries to straighten it out, hits the car on the left side backing out some, right? Then realizes he's not going to get out of there. Then goes all the way down the car on the right side, almost rips the bumper off it as he cuts the wheel to get out. And the guys are like screaming at him. And he's like, sorry, man. Sorry. All he said was sorry. He goes to drive off. He runs over their beanbags. Okay. All we hear is this crunch. And you hear, dude. And this guy's screaming. And he goes, those are homemade. And the guy rolls his window down again and hands him $20, goes, sorry, bro, and drives off.
Does he park in Brian's lot? Because I feel like we've seen this guy.
So my son, he's cracking up. And so now these guys have these mangled, like one box is pristine. The other box is like, never going to see the light of day again. So they go get duct tape out of the car and they're trying to fix this thing so they can throw bags. And my son's like, well, I says, that's how you improvise, right? But that guy was a total jerk. It was hysterical. And so earlier that day, before everybody got there, we had the parking lot to ourselves because we would get there at like 5 a.m. because we were absolutely insane idiots. And we'd set up camp and we'd make breakfast and we'd do this and that. We're playing catch. And my brother sets out, my brother, well thought out plan.
Unfortunately.
Yes. Well thought out plan. He has like serving dishes. We're tailgating.
What is he?
No, he has this cool like Bears like pyramid of dishes, and so he takes and like dumps like the M&Ms in them, dumps this, dumps that, does whatever. So he's got all these dishes filled with like Chex Mix.
Wait, are these breakable dishes?
They're not breakable. They're plastic.
Okay.
However,
boom! I expect like something hit them and then it exploded.
Well, what hit them was I was playing catch with my 7-year-old, right?
Oh, we call them hands, right? Yeah,
right. And so he misses the ball. It bounces. It hits it. And it knocks everything. I mean, Kyle must have just put the last bag of stuff in there. I don't think anybody took one thing out of it. And it's all over the parking lot. And Chuck looks at me like, oh no. And Kyle's like, I'm like, yeah, we didn't see that coming. That checks out.
Seriously.
You know what I mean? We didn't see that coming. Really?
You know what? If you would have left that in bags, we'd still have some M&Ms. Some M&Ms.
That's my whole point. Leaving the bags on the table. Guess what? We knocked the bag on the floor.
We lost like 6.
We'll have some M&Ms.
Right.
We're not having parking lot M&Ms, So
come with me and you'll be in a world of gravel teeth M&Ms.
These are crunchier than I remember. Yeah, they are. They're going to hurt coming out too.
Oh, wait, that's a rock. Hold on.
Yeah.
I got a rock.
I got a rock. That's what I thought of too, right off the bat.
As soon as I said it.
But so my brother makes him sit down Indian style in the middle of the mess with the bowls all over, the food all over.
What, he's sorting them out?
No, he makes him sit down Indian style, and then he goes, now you sit there and think about what you did. And he snaps a picture and puts it on Facebook. So you see my kid just looking down like, oh man. And so So that was our big joke, is you totally ruined the season, we were telling them. But it's stuff like that pops up on Facebook. You just don't remember it. Like you put up the picture of where you fell in, right? And you're like, so 2 years from now, 3 years from now, you're like, oh yeah. You might not share it next year, but in 3-4 years, you'll share it again.
I had a picture today of it was a sunrise in Evanston because I was there for a work meeting. And this year has been so long, I had forgotten that it was only a year ago that we had a work meeting where like people from Texas and Seattle and
when you could travel,
they all came together in Chicago for a meeting. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
I still wish someone would have, in your story, someone would have gotten out of the front of like a cab of a truck or whatever you went there. It was like, hey, you guys got the food out? I'm kind of hungry for some Emmett. what the hell? Like, I was just in there for a minute. What happened?
It was, dude. The thing is when he's putting it on, like, what are you doing? He goes, this is awesome. I'm like, okay. We have this whole parking lot, Ted. We have acres of blacktop to play catch on.
You literally could have like taken that guy's truck from earlier in the story and just pushed it in any direction and it would have hit nothing.
Yeah.
And this football destroyed the only food you had sitting there.
Correct. Now, we fast forward to 2 hours later and it's jam-packed wall to wall. Right. It is what it is. But holy
And then you didn't
crap.
hit anything then, right?
Yeah. Well, we stopped playing catch because I didn't realize it was okay if I hit you with a truck, but if my ball hits your car, you're going to want like, a $500 deductible.
Right.
But if somebody like sideswipes you, it was hysterical. So, but we had a lot of good memories. My son, Brendan, I took him. His first game was the tornado game where we played the Ravens.
Yeah.
And they had the tornado come through up there. They'd evacuate the stands. Well, my seats.
Yeah, your seats were literally like you
row.
went one row and you were off the end of the
Right. So I was all the way up, and I loved it because I could stand up for the whole game, and you could look out over the lake. You could see Navy Pier at night. It was really cool. I loved it. Back in the day, you could see Max Field. No more, But it was very cool. So I would sit up there, and so they're evacuating everybody. Well, we can't move. We can't go down. The stairs are filled with people trying to get down. The wind's blowing everybody sideways. We're leaning against the wall. We're dry as bone. And it
you looked
popped
smart
up
for once.
Yeah, it popped up again, and then the announcer's like, "You have to evacuate." And everybody around the rim on our side, because the wind, it's coming over the wall.
Yeah,
you're dry, and they're like, "We ain't going." As soon as the stairs cleared out and everybody was down, we went down because But it was just one of those
it's
things.
more dangerous if you're in that like.
And it's probably more dangerous
stampede.
I was going to say not even that, but when you get down in those corridors,
it blows.
They
through.
have all the hot dog carts. They have all the everything. If that stuff starts moving. And there's just people,
wall
people.
There, you got a problem.
Yeah. Well, first off, it's the Bears. They can't throw that far. So, but no, it was very. And then we saw a guy jump the wall in a Ravens jersey, and it was the best tackle of the day. One of the security guards, they speared him, like he was like Goldberg. You know what I mean? It was amazing. Took this guy down, and the whole stadium went crazy.
Brian woke up.
Yeah, Bill Goldberg. You know what I'm talking about, right? The spear. Come on. Yeah.
He's with you.
Yeah.
That's why he woke up. He finally was like, I understand this.
He's not talking about hating me or Tony Danza. Yeah, I'm in. I got this.
Well, you're right about those seats. Like, I went to a Dallas Stars game because my corporate office is in Dallas. Mm-hmm. And we didn't know when we bought. We just bought there was like 4 or 5 of us. We just bought whatever was in a row. And we were up against the press box.
Nice.
Yes, yeah, so I could stand up the whole game because otherwise you're down in the seats and like the guy on the left is like leaning over you and the person on the right's leaning over you and there's like no room. I could stand up the whole time and I'm not blocking anyone because it's like, 12 feet and then the window for the press box. Otherwise it's just a blank wall. Yeah. That was like the best seats I'd had in a while.
Yeah. Yeah. And they probably weren't that expensive either.
No.
That's why I said mine weren't real expensive, even though season tickets there are a little expensive, but we don't have those anymore. But no, I really enjoyed that. But we took, and there's different. I took my my oldest son Nick when he went. It was Walter Payton Day. It was 10 years from the day he died. So they did a whole big thing for him, and they played the Browns that day. It's stuff. I mean, I remember the game and I remember stuff, but then you see the pictures, and I remember he did something. He messed up, and I don't remember what he did. He said or did something, maybe spilled something, just made a mistake. And our big thing at the time was when the kids would mess up, because you can't spank a kid. You know what I mean? You can't do this, you can't do that. I didn't do push-ups. So I took a picture of him doing push-ups. I don't think he did anything bad, but I said, hey, do push-ups. And I sent it to his mother. I put it on Facebook. I'm like, yeah, so when you mess up at a Bears game, you still do push-ups, And she's calling me like, what are you doing to the kid? And I'm like, he's doing push-ups.
He's learning. That's what I'm doing.
He's learning, yeah. But it was just a funny stage photo. And it pops up. It pops up on there. So it's just stuff you don't remember until you see it. But no, I'm really into the weather change and everything else, which I think it's going to be hot again next week. But,
it's weird. Like I noticed you're actually wearing pants today.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
This is the first day I've walked outside and actually like, oh, this feels like fall.
Yeah, well,
like this feels like in a different season. Because it's been
nice.
like summer since, I don't know, February?
Correct. No, since the lockdown,
There was
I feel
no
like it's been
spring.
summer.
I felt like we had no spring.
I don't think
Well,
we're
what are we, 100 years old? There was no spring, and those kids were near my lawn again.
I told you. That's
know,
what your haircut
yeah,
is.
I
That's
know.
what your haircut is. It's just a hint.
Those kids get really close to my lawn, though, Damon. I don't even think you understand. Like, my dead lawn cannot handle these kids.
That's what I did all last week. I did.
But my lawn, were we talking about this? Where my lawn was gross, and now, like, all of a sudden this week, it's back to looking fabulous again? That's why I don't worry about it. Like, I don't water it. I don't waste that water. I don't care, because 2 weeks from now, it'll be gross, and then it'll be fine again.
You know what's weird is I just deleted all my notes that I wanted to talk about.
Great. That's fantastic. Hey, Mac, how's that insurance coming out?
Got approved.
You got approved? All right.
Yeah.
Did you get your fence?
It's not. I actually just called the contractor today to tell him I got a check.
How many pigs can we fit back there? Just being honest.
I'm sorry I went down this road. Sorry.
I lied. I didn't get approved.
Yeah, good.
But I know a guy, my neighbor.
Yeah.
He got a fence, and he's going to put
Good
it right
catch,
where mine
Brian.
was.
Good catch. I think you tipped over some M&Ms there, Brian.
Oh, this with a straight face. I lied. I could not be more wrong.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah. Hey,
Honey, if you're listening to this, we are getting a fence. Just
yeah, I'm not lying. I'm not lying. We're totally getting a fence. Hey, Damon, he turns down my cans. I can't hear in my headphones. Turn my headphones off.
Let me try this mute button again.
Yeah. Look at this new thing I got. It's awesome.
Tell us about that box you got. What are we talking about?
Hey, but be honest, though. When I walked in today, I had treats.
You did have treats.
And
Mine's still sitting. I'm waiting. I'm patiently waiting.
yeah, I moved the car because the new parking lot configuration
Yeah, what's
is
up
top
with this?
notch.
What is going on out there, Brian?
Yeah, that's a nightmare.
I don't know.
Was they tired of people
chaos.
pulling
You
through?
put a parking
or-
block in the middle so
Yeah.
that if somebody wants to pull the front of their car over the parking block, but the guy on the other side wants to back his car over the parking block. Next thing you know, there's two cars parked on each other's hoods.
Yeah, there's two parking blocks.
Yeah.
One for each side of the space.
Yeah, that was quite intense.
They didn't bolt them down.
So move them.
Well, I was, I sent you the pictures. They were
Yeah,
all
it
over the
crazy.
place.
They're very akimbo the first day.
What? No, they didn't get fixed until 2 days ago.
Really?
For real. And I thought, I'm like, are they just like cheap and light? So I went to try to like move one with my foot. And no, they're real heavy. So people have just been dragging them around with their cars.
Nope, they're real heavy. They're
So
great.
all of that chaos is like people hitting them, and then they keep driving, going, "Why is my car moving so slow?"
Maybe that guy was pulling when we pulled in.
Oh yeah, that guy. I think he was. Yeah.
I mean, time slowed down.
Yeah. I would not want to see him look at a plane going overhead. That'd be dangerous. But no, I pulled in and I was like, this configuration is amazingly weird.
Yeah, it was disturbing.
But the one you put up the other day where you showed the picture of it, and I was like, hey, I'm glad to see organizational skills are getting better. It really, like, if you went to a 3-year-old and go, draw me a parking lot,
Yeah.
they'd be like, okay. And then
Well, it was only like they took like a giant, walked out here, had a bag of them, and just threw them out in the parking lot.
well, apparently they
Good
didn't
luck,
throw them out
everybody.
there because they're heavy, and Brian came in with his foot. So,
You think I can move this cement log with my foot?
you know what? Normally I'd say, hey, timestamp this. We're going to take it off the recording, but I want people to know what I'm up against in here. So I'm going to leave it. I want to leave that. So
Hey, you let them listen to all the times you talk, so sure.
I tried bumping it with my foot and it didn't move. You mean the piece of concrete that's supposed to keep a car from running into stuff? Oh, gotcha. I don't know what kind of sneakers you're wearing, kid, but it ain't going to
You
work.
spelled it all the way out. You spelled out every letter of that.
Yeah. I just would have been
Thick,
better.
dense concrete that keeps a 2-ton vehicle from moving? You tried to move that with your foot? Cool.
It just would have been better if Superman there would have been like, you believe that? Right at the end. You believe I couldn't move it? Man, you believe that? It just would have been the best, No, man, I don't understand. I have my flip-flops on, my big toe. Ted did it with both his big
Wow.
toes on the same foot.
I bet Brian's going to want us to record mobily a lot more. You guys did pretty good in the car. Why don't you try that again?
We pull up and he throws us the keys. Here's a Volvo I rented you. Go record a podcast.
It's a Volvo. You can fit a whole studio in the back.
Studio apartment. Is there a shower? Yes.
Yeah, you beat me to it. Sure.
Is there a shower? Oh man. See, the tangents sometimes are the best.
So that's why we're like, are the mics on? Because we were just blowing through material before we even realized we were recording.
We really were when we sat down. And I'm like, "There's the mics on?" Yeah, they've been on since you walked in here. I'm like, "Oh,
Can they be off?
yeah." We're gonna have some edits.
That's how Brian knows he's going to make money. As soon as I see the headlights, I'm turning on the microphones.
Yeah. And he's like, "You guys are both married, right?" Yeah. "Hey, look at this picture. Tell me what you think."
It's terrible.
Hey, he's not a stupid man. He's just not willing to help me on Google. All right.
He just
I'm not
doesn't
saying
know
he's stupid.
He just doesn't know the limitations of his own foot.
Right. Yeah. You believe that? That's my new catchphrase for the rest of the week. Whenever I can't do something, I'm gonna bust into that. My kids are gonna be like, "What?" I'm like, "Listen, we've gone through this phase now at home for the last 3 weeks. They listen to every podcast when they were with Dad. They'd listen to me because I'm listening to it to kind of edit it, or we get the raw, so they hear it before it's even out. Well, now they have, they're home. They have more freedom. This and that. And they'll say something, and Nicole will say something, and they'll be like, "What's that?" She'll go, "Listen to your dad's podcast." We're like, "Oh." And they don't go, "Yeah, I'll get right on that."
Yeah, they're like, no, we're never going to know what that means. Yeah. That will remain a mystery.
Yeah.
It is faded to time.
Now, the nice thing is, though, on the website, our website, thatchecksoutwdt, is...
That's a nice plug you had there. Thatchecksoutwdt.
Oh, king of segues. Nailed it. But anyway, you believe that?
Already wearing it out.
Yeah.
That's the Damon
If
guarantee.
I was going to say. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's definitely going to
If
happen.
there's one thing I can do, it's wear out a catchphrase. So anyway, on the website.
No, but on the website, she's going through and like kind of logging the episodes so that, especially like when it comes to the businesses, because we're going to focus on the which, by the way, I have no business this week.
You have no business any week.
Yeah, I had like 6 or 7 of them. I couldn't just get my thoughts down the way I wanted to get them, because unless I feel like I can really pitch it to Shark Tank, I don't want to. I do get excited. You know that.
Can you put in the Price is Right game losing theme at this point, Brian?
It costs us an extra $500. Way to pay for that drop.
Can you put something that sounds like the Price is Right?
Can you just get a slide whistle? Those are like a nickel. But no, I on the site, she's going to put just different stuff. So if you're questioning, well, what was this? They're talking about Pet Jet, and you missed that episode. It's in this episode, and it's around this time. So you can go and you can hit it if that's what you want to do.
Wow, we are not paying her enough for that kind of trash.
No, we are not paying her at all.
That's right.
Correct. Yes. So that's.
I mean, I wasn't feeling sorry. I'm just making a statement of fact. It was not to be like, we need to adjust that. It's just like, yep, You're not getting paid for that, and it's not a lot.
Yeah, I was merely pointing out the obvious. At no point.
Now is where we need the slide whistle.
At no point in time did I feel any remorse whatsoever. I was just pointing out the obvious. Sorry, Duke, you're not getting paid. But no, she's going to put that on there and do that. So then people like my kids can go on and go, "Oh, Dad referenced this. I'll check it out." So I think that'll be kind of cool. And we are working on getting some shirts and stuff like that. Yeah. So Shelly does 3 colors now. So getting set up, kid.
Sweet. You can do my beard.
Yeah. 3 colors.
White, gray, and a hint of ginger.
What's the bald unicorn? What is he all about? The rainbow unicorn. But other than that, like I said, it's a work in progress. If you get a chance to check that out, check out our website. Scroll down a little bit and you can kind of sign up. You throw your email in there, because I'm working on some other stuff too.
Yeah. Are we still giving away the Instapot?
You know what? I want to do that though in kind of in a video form. We'll have to figure that out.
Oh, all right.
So, but no,
what are you going to do now that TikTok's going to be turned off on Sunday?
Is it really?
Yeah.
Shut up.
No.
For real?
Is this for real?
Yeah.
For real? Why am I just? Well, we got to cut this short then, because I got to get my TikTok in. So we'll just.
How's an apple fritter, Brian? Pretty good.
Are you in the fritter right now?
Yeah, that's why he was
what
like,
a turd.
That's why I was like,
oh my God.
For real? For real?
Was I supposed to wait?
He's been eating it the whole time.
It's gone.
Yeah, apparently. I mean, something might pop up in the meantime. But
So they're really is it because of the whole China thing?
Yeah,
Is that what it
because
is?
of the China thing.
Really?
Yeah.
So how long before somebody here just makes something like that then that has money?
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, that's honestly, I don't
5
have
years
the money.
ago, it was fine. It was the same thing.
Yeah, I don't have the money to do that. So somebody else.
Oh, so a business we could actually make money off of?
We're gonna do this right now. We're gonna do this right now. Okay. Need startup capital. Okay. We won't call it TikTok.
We call it Slick Slock?
It's Reels. There's already a replacement.
Why weren't we on top of this,
Why
Brian?
don't you eat a fritter and shut up for a minute? Because I have a business idea.
Okay.
But yeah, let him invest all his money in this, Brian.
You believe that? Hey, one time I want you to Little Wayne me that way. Or do you know Little John Wayne? John Wayne? Little John Wayne.
Yeah, Little John Wayne.
Little John Wayne.
I ain't doing this for clapping.
Yeah, I want you to do it.
I'm signing up for Reels. Reels? Is it with
Reels?
Reels.
2 E's?
Is that what it really is going to be?
Yeah, it's going to be integrated into Instagram, basically. It's already there.
Oh, yeah. That's always like, continue watching it. Yeah, I know what he's talking about, sure.
Really?
Yeah.
And that's going to be like...
Not Instagram, like TV, not IGTV.
No, not that. Yeah, no,
but
there's another thing in there.
Reels
Yeah.
And
Okay.
that's why they're shutting off TikTok now. They're like, okay, we got the replacement for it. So we'll go ahead and...
Yeah, we'll probably...
How do you shut that off? How do you shut off a country of TikTok? How do you do that?
China does it to the rest of the world.
Yeah, I was going to say, China cuts off everything going the other way.
I've been there. It's creepy.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you eat horse there, too?
No, I didn't eat anything there. It was cold and desolate. I was hungry the whole time.
Were you a prisoner in China? Like,
It felt like it, even though I was able to walk around.
you did not vet this man at all, did
No,
you?
not at all. Not at all. I don't know what kind of trafficking you're into that you've been in all these countries. But I'm really... Are you like, is it chicken trafficking? Is that what you're doing?
Is chicken code for something? Is the ENS just like an
I
extra
had
thing to
duck
hide
neck
it?
while I was there.
What'd you have?
Duck neck.
Oh, duck
There's
neck.
other parts of the duck you can eat. You know? Wait, you said duck, right?
Yeah, hold on. I was going to say, I'm going to Google that. Don't Google duck neck.
You said duck, right? We updated our runner for that. We added another level to it.
It's nice when you can be on the inside jokes, ain't it, Brian? It's real nice, ain't it?
Brian's been pretty good on this episode. We had some good conversation with him.
Yeah, well,
He talked with his mouth full a couple times. It's been fantastic.
Well, every time we spend 3 weeks away from each other, it's pretty solid.
Yeah, can we work that out?
You know what's weird is we spend a week away, we get about 10 minutes worth of solid stuff. We spend 3 weeks away, we get 14 minutes. It's pretty solid.
amazing.
It's
Yeah.
good. It's really good.
Yeah, we only had to fill out 36, 7, 18 minutes for this.
And now we wait. That was funny when we were driving and you're like, we're going to talk the whole time? No. And a 38-minute break. Here we go. You know, it's like...
Nicole I think only got us that one time where I told her that whole story about my parents losing crowns and Laffy Taffy, and I'm like, wait a minute.
Well, and I'm just going,
You're like,
surely you
Shirley.
must be kidding. And everybody's like, they're probably thinking, we passed a street sign or a town
An
sign
exit, yeah.
that said Shirley. And I thought, well, of course, you go back to the joke from Airplane, and it's like, no, I'm going to do this. And then we pass another one, and I'm like, Shirley, you must still be kidding, you know? And nobody knows that, you know?
Right.
But I didn't know it was on. But I thought that was pretty good because that's what we do. A lot of times we're more raw and we're more even ignorant. So that was good that it was clean, and then, you know, we could use it.
Yeah, well, we had a chaperone, so.
Yeah, correct. Correct. So I'm going to tell the story, okay?
Uh-oh. I don't know. Like, Brian, I'm worried.
Okay.
Do we have like a 7-second delay? Do we have a drop?
What? So I tell Nicole, and she wouldn't say it. I wanted her to say, okay, so let's play a game of bang, murder, marry, right? Or marry, murder.
You tried as hard as you can to get me to play this
I know.
game, and I was like, no.
Yeah.
No.
Because if it's just me and Ted, we might do stupid stuff
I was
like
Brian
that, right?
that whole segment.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
So I say it, and I go, hey, I said, I'll go first. I said, all right. And I said, bang, Nicole, marry Nicole. After this trip, murder Nicole, you know? And I'm like, you're up, Ted, you know? And I couldn't get you. I was going to say, you were like backing away from me, and I'm like, we're in the car.
I opened the door at one point. I opened the door at speed at one point.
Yeah. It was, tuck and roll, son. Because we were in construction the whole time.
That was a good thing about, I forgot that we were traveling, is that I like to tell people that there were 3 people in the car, yet we had 5 waffles.
You know what's
And
weird?
that wasn't all the rest, that was like the minority of the food we ordered.
But you know what's weird is I always do that math in my head when it comes to anything. Like if we usually go to Florida once a year. We'll pack stuff, And I'll be like, all right, we're going to make some sandwiches. All right, well, I know I'm going to eat 2. So I know. And then I'm like, and I start doing the math. And you're like, Brendan's going to eat 2. And if Brendan eats one of mine, I'm going to be pissed. So I'm going to make 4. Chuck's going to have 1. Chuck's going to eat 2. And he's not going to get one of mine.
He's getting bigger now. Right.
Yeah, so all right, I'm going to make 6. All right. Like, Nicole won't eat one of these. But I know when I start eating it, she'll be like, oh, that smells good. I'm going to make 1 for her. And you do the math. And you're like, now I'm up to 10 sandwiches. And here we go.
Right. I'm going to need 2 loaves of bread.
Yeah.
Well, there's a menu somewhere online where one of the options for sides is my girlfriend isn't hungry, and it's 3 additional onion rings and a half order of fries.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. I've been there.
Yeah. But,
Well, that's the thing. Like when I fell and I lost my shoes and my shorts did get wet and everything. Once I got back, it was fine because I always go I always count the days. All right, I need to pack for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, extra, and that's everything. Under britches, undershirt, socks. Like I plan all of that. Where I'll be with, I'm not going to name names, but she's my wife, and we'll be at a place, and we'll be on like day 4, and she's wearing one shirt inside out because like every other shirt has like stains on the front of it, and I'm like,
yeah,
that's why I pack an extra shirt. Sometimes I bring home 2 clean shirts, but I'm never without a shirt.
So when we go, generally when we go on vacation and we stay for a long period of time, it's usually Disney. But we have.
Do you have a washer and dryer in your unit?
I have washer and dryer in there. So I will tell everybody, I'm like, look, pack a week's worth of clothes because you don't know what you want to wear. And I understand that, whether you're a dude or whether you're not. I'm comfortable in this. Okay, I ate way too much food the last 3 days. I'm not comfortable in this. You know what I mean? It's just how it is.
Right.
You walk 47 miles and you're still like, how did I get fatter? How did that happen? Was I eating while I was walking? What happened?
What do they make this air in Florida?
How many calories are in the air at Disney? It's like, oh man, I just got fatter. But that's what we do. But then we plan on, like, I might bring 3 or 4 pairs of shorts where there are 7 or 8 days. That's cool. We'll do laundry once or twice.
Yeah, and you're driving, so you have that extra space. People that fly really have to.
You have to.
You have to.
Yeah. But we've gotten good to where we're not everybody has to have their own bag. That's what it was when we first started. Oh, but they got these cute little suitcases they got to have. No,
you don't.
No, you don't. Because I have this huge one that I could put all his clothes in, my clothes, his clothes, and it's like, but we're in this room and they're in that room, and then the suitcase, there's dressers, and we're there like drawers. 8 days.
Yeah.
So we'll just unload them.
Now, as the dad, are you the one that does the final like hen house, doghouse, outhouse search before you leave the room and go back home?
I do. Yeah.
Because that was
No Man Left Behind.
Yeah. That's exactly what I said when we went out. There was some of these cabins for sale. So Tina decided, I'm going to walk around and see which ones are for sale, just for grins, just see which ones are available and everything.
Right.
Like, okay, you do that. I'll sweep up. Because, you're at a rental place where it's like a condo. You sweep up, take the garbage out, do the dishes, do all that.
Yeah.
So I'm doing that. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to do the hard target search. So I go through and I open up all the drawers and I find a sheet, a set of sheets, because, we brought our own bedding that was in a dresser drawer upstairs.
You travel with your own bedding?
Well, yeah. Because they don't provide it in these cabins.
Hey, Brian, Ted has own bedding travel money to go with his Branson money.
Yeah, my Branson money.
Yeah.
But I opened this thing, I'm like, well, here's a whole sheet set. And I grabbed that, and then there was some food in the refrigerator.
And you were going to leave that?
I wasn't going to leave it, but I literally, like, is everything in the things? Yeah, everything's fine. We have everything. I'm like, hey, sure. And I swear, almost every time I do that search, I find something. Usually not mine.
Right. Well, since we drive, so we travel with a cooler, and I'll have the cooler. We'll have ice and stuff in it, of course, when we leave, and we'll have our drinks in there or whatever else we want. When they were younger, it would be like maybe do some Capri Suns or juice boxes.
Wait,
juice box.
You were in the cooler?
Right, yeah. Big cooler. And some bottles of water, stuff like that. And then what I do when we're leaving the resort, because when we get down there, when we check in.
Same place, different place every time.
Different place every time. But when we check in, I know how to get to the grocery store from just about every resort down there, so it's nice. So I'll go over to the Winn-Dixie, and that's our southern,
because of Winn-Dixie, sure.
Right. So I'll go over there. Wait a minute. But I'll go over there and shop, and I'll get 3 or 4 cases of water. I'm not going to travel with cases of water.
Right.
Why?
Right.
So I'll go get them, and then we bring them back, and we'll put probably 6 or 8 of them in the freezer, and then we'll put the rest in the fridge.
The cooler?
Yeah. But the cooler on the way home, I'll take some and I'll have them frozen. Yeah. But see, every day we would put them in the bag. We'd have a waterproof bag. We could put it in our bag. So we'd put 5 or 6 frozen water bottles in there. Well, they're not going to be frozen all day.
Right.
And you're walking around because the water there actually sucks.
Yeah, especially in Florida, though. I mean, it's going to probably by 9 a.m.
It doesn't take long.
Yeah.
And but we would do that. And so it's just kind of self-sufficient stuff you do. But then same thing, when you sweep the room when you're done, I don't care if I leave a half a thing of apple juice in there, whatever
Right.
they bought. I don't care. If there's a box of Pop-Tarts, well, they can eat that in the car. Or
Right.
I'll take it. But other than that, I don't care about certain things. But I do the sweep when my daughter was younger. She had what's called Mini Baby. It's one of those silk things with like a Minnie Mouse head on it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And that was her whoopee. Okay.
Yeah.
That was her, Mr. Mom whoopee. That was
Right,
it.
I'm with you.
So I would sweep any hotel room we were ever in. I will tell you right now, I'll leave a kid behind before I leave the whoopee.
As a child, I left mine behind in cabins in Colorado, Oklahoma.
You got it back?
No, never saw it again.
Yeah. Was it?
It's ruined my life to this day.
I'm glad I could make it better today.
Yeah, well, no.
You and Matt.
You've
just
doubled
no.
it down. No.
Yeah.
No,
So
yeah,
you do not-
I just remember, like, clearly it was just an object. It's not that important. I remember as a kid, it was like,
End of the world.
right.
Yeah. And that's what I said. Here's
And you
the
don't
deal.
want to, for something stupid. Like, you don't want to be like, just because you didn't take 2 minutes to walk back in and go, oh, there it is.
Well, and the thing is, if you're driving home 1,200 miles in a car, do you want a crying baby the whole time?
No.
You know what I mean?
I didn't want Damon in the car for 8 hours last weekend.
We went 4 hours
2
each
weekends
way.
ago, yeah.
I was not a fan. I was not a fan. But no, I am the same way. We sweep the rooms. But yeah, it's weird too how you'll find like a sock,
Yeah.
and then you're like, "Is this our sock?" You know what I mean? Because you're like, "How good was this room?"
Does anyone wear these kind of socks?
Yeah, yeah.
It's a tube sock with a red, blue, and red stripe on it.
Who wore the garter belt?
Yeah.
I don't know who wore the garter belt.
Did anyone bring a pair of clown shoes? I got a left clown shoe. Anyone? No? All right. Gonna leave this behind.
Yeah. Chuck, that counts as your souvenir. You're welcome.
I wish we would have found that first thing.
But no, that's like there's certain things when I travel that I do like that. The same thing as when we if we stop and get something, you stretch your legs, get something to eat or whatever
Yep.
else. If there's a place where they like do refills, and I'm like, if you want pop or something else, this is your chance now. Because we drink a lot, just water or fruit juice, I don't need to pump them full of pop to sit in a car.
Right.
So now once we get there, I do take the gloves off, and it's like Brendan had one trip where it was the chocolate milk vacation. Every meal he had chocolate milk. Great idea till the day before we leave, and then we're leaving and going home in the car, and you got a week's worth of chocolate milk in there, and it's just stewing.
Yeah, for me, it would have come out the same way it went in.
It did. So in a car full of other people and souvenirs, and yeah. Yeah. And then Chuck did the same thing. When
I've
he was
enjoyed this so much.
Yeah. Chuck did the same thing, not with a chocolate milk thing, but we had a vacation where he got sick on the way home. He was still in a car seat. So yeah. So that was a bummer. Now he's probably like 4, you know what I mean? But he's in a car seat. So I'm stopping at a place in Georgia that when I went in to buy trash bags, because I had to first clean out the vehicle, then I had to take this is what sucked. You had to take the cover off the car seat.
Yep.
And I'm like, this kid can't sit on hard plastic. So I'm like, I got towels, I got this and that, and you're kind of makeshift this stuff.
Y'all got a hose.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I go in to pay. There has to be 3-inch thick glass. And I'm like, I'm going to get murdered in this parking lot. Every car that was in there had base hitting, like they stopped driving 20 minutes ago. The wheels were still turning on the cars. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I'm going to get killed. It was exact opposite. Everybody was nice and friendly. But when you see that, you're out of your element, because you had to get off the highway. He's thrown up. I'm not driving another 50 miles till I feel like we're good, It was tomato, whatever. It's
Whatever works for you, I guess.
You believe that? See, that's a callback. Yeah, get you both.
Hate you.
But no, that was a very big learning experience. So then I kind of tailored it back a little bit because I would let them, you're on vacation.
Yeah.
So that's cool. You'd get a good dinner. You might get the prime rib or something. And the kids like that stuff. But they might not want to eat the green vegetable with it. They ate the prime rib and the mashed potatoes. I didn't harp on them, But after the chocolate milk thing, we thought twice about our beverages,
Now, locally, do you remember Kittyland? You old enough to remember Kittyland? So
Yeah.
the last year they were open, it was pretty much like, free for all, do whatever you want. So I was there like probably the last couple of weeks.
It's like a free-for-all.
But they had like unlimited, I think it was Pepsi was sponsoring them, unlimited refills. Like you
Okay.
went in, it was no additional cost. They just had cups next to the things. I made those bastards pay.
Were you mixing flavors too?
I don't know how I made it out of that place. I was so full of beverage by the end of that. And I'm on rides and stuff, just like
sloshing.
Oh, yeah. Every time, where's Dad? Oh, he's over by the Pepsi machine again. I was just like, this is free? I paid upwards of $28 to get in here. This is not free. And I just like,
what's that thing Dad's doing? That's a keg stand, son. That's at a Pepsi machine. That's not supposed to be happening.
all the other dads are just standing around like,
holding your feet.
how far can you get? How far can we shoot this out? It's just amazing. Because you know what it is? Like, I would never drink that much, but I was like, wait, this is free? This is free with my paid admission?
Kids are walking by and just hear, Dad. They're like, what? Are they saying Dad?
Yeah.
Maybe. That's awesome.
Isn't Dad a diabetic? Not tonight. I'm drinking it dry. I will die on this Mountain Dew. Oh yeah, it was the dumbest.
Get your money's worth.
Oh,
though.
I did. Yeah,
but this is.
So I had to buy new pants. Probably I don't remember, but man, it was.
But this is as a grown ass man.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I had kids, so yeah. I mean, I didn't go to Kittyland for myself. I hear they got free Pepsi down at Kittyland. I'm an adult. I can't afford to go buy my own.
I bet there's chickens at Kittyland, Mac.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
That sounded so creepy. That was so.
Not anymore. There isn't a chicken in this whole tri-state area.
Wow. That was so creepy. I almost want to say, I hate you, Mac, but I'm not going to because you're not to that level yet. You were close. You were close.
I feel so much better that I'm closer to the door.
Yeah. You're just reeling back in your chair. It's like, why does Ted sound like he's farther away?
Why can't we hear Ted anymore? I don't know.
Wow.
Remember we were noobs and I couldn't keep this chair near the microphone? We've come so far.
What was funny is you would think this is like built on a slant or on a slope.
First 2 weeks, I mean, I was literally like, why am I over by the refrigerator?
Anybody need a water?
Yeah, you only got one left, Mac. Get on that.
I took 50% of your water today, so yeah.
We brought him back down to earth. I gotta buy more water. I guess when I'm out washing off the chicken blood, I'll get some water.
That'll be my callback. Hey, how much water? Not anymore. There's water in the fridge. Not anymore.
Not anymore. Actually, stay out of the freezer while you're over there.
That's where I keep my chickens. They look delicious, though. I
thought
that.
these were bear
Did
claws.
I send you pictures? Oh, that's right. I did send you pictures.
Yeah, you did.
I thought these were bear claws to call back to, like, perhaps these are claws for the bear he murdered.
No,
they're apple fritters.
Apple fritters, and they're delicious from Home Cut Donuts. So,
you're
also
not
a
in a weight loss bet with me. You should send this to Carly.
So honestly, well, hey, me and Carly both got fatter last week. So let's. Sorry to throw your bad news out there, Carly, but I know you don't listen anyway, so it's okay.
I'm sorry. Some guy and you got a little.
Yeah. Some guy, Carly. I changed his first name now. I don't say his first name. I say his last name. That's what's bad because I think it may not be just us, but I refer to you most of the time. It's Wilson.
Yeah.
And I know we say Ted here and we say Damon, but most of the time it's Wilson. And even if I comment on something, I type out Ted so it pulls your whole name.
Which thank you for at least people at least knowing. Like I hate people that like type the name, it pops up both of them. They don't realize I could delete one of these.
Yeah.
Because it's always like Ted Wilson. Look at this.
Yeah.
Ted Wilson. I wanted you to see this. Like you could just make it say Wilson or Ted. Like that's what I do to you.
Right.
Depending on if I'm going like it. I don't know if you do it like depending on who's you think the audience is going to be.
I do.
I change it from Damon to Bracchio depending on where I want it to go. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's how we grew up. We call him Carly, Yeah. So, and Big Mac, we call him Big Mac, but his last name's Macender. So, did I say it right?
Yes.
Yes.
You got it right.
I just cleared my throat off. Could you think you could clean that off?
Make it louder. Oh, you just timestamped it. Live right behind you.
Echo.
Yeah, put some echo.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, that was so much fun. I forgot what I was saying. With the last names.
Yeah,
but that's what we do is that's how we address people. And some people don't want their name out there, so I get it. But unfortunately, if I talk about you and I've known you since you were like 6, I'm probably going to call you by your last name. Yeah. So I'll leave your first name off, and then people can guess who that is. So we'll go from there. But no, we both did very, very poorly last week. And I'm coming out of my funk, if you will. So what was nice, I went to Home Cut Donuts, okay, and I bought, because I'll have, I'm working tomorrow, but the kids will be home and the wife, so they'll have donuts when they get up in the morning. I didn't get myself anything. I always do when I go there. And I said, you know what? I'm going to the studio. I got you each one of those. So I'm like, I didn't buy myself nothing.
I find this mysterious because you said I can maybe make it there by 6. You got here at the same time I did it, and then also
were
time
dead.
for a stop.
We were dead at work, and I went by to.
I think I prevented
Changed
my
my
own
mom's-
murder by getting here.
Yeah.
You guys didn't have time to plan.
Yeah, but I really, initially what it was 6:45. I said, hey, I'll be there by
originally,
6:45, and then I texted him like, hey, I'll probably walk in the door at 5:55. Can we do 6? And I pulled in the parking lot at 5:30.
Well, I was in the parking lot at 5 o'clock. It just took me that long to get around that guy backing out.
Yeah,
I'm going to back out now.
that was amazing. But the nice thing is I think his wife was the same age, so yeah. Yeah, there
Bill
was,
Methuselah and his...
there was 200 years of wisdom in that front seat. And his wife. It's all good. It's all good. So we should wrap it up because I have no business idea. Here, I am going to put this out there. I think what I want to do.
Your MTV?
I do. Oh, I do. I want MTV back. But not the money for nothing video. That can go to hell. Anyway, what I'd like to do. What was that? You laughing over there?
He's over there in dire straits. Let's move on.
Nice. That also opened the Mike Dicka show when we were younger. That's what Mike Dicka opened his show with. So anyway, Dire Straits. Yeah. So
Got these microwave ovens.
that wasn't the part they used for the Dicka show. It's like, yeah, I'm bringing in the microwave ovens. Go 85 Bears. That wasn't what he was doing.
But no, him.
I think I want to do 2 ways. I want to do, if you have a good business title, I will create the business for that title.
Okay.
Okay? Or if you have a premise that you'd like us to
Flesh out for the pitch.
Yes.
Flesh out for the Shark Tank pitch.
I will gladly do that. So I'll put that up on social media and stuff and do that. But I'd like to get some feedback because I'm not saying that I'm going stale, but some of the last couple this week, they're kind of raw. I'm not going to, I mean, it's cool if you guys want to kill the mics, which I know you never do. So I have to go to the parking lot and tell you the story, but I don't want to put it out there. I'd rather have something that's PG-13. So let's remember that too when we're giving names and stuff.
It'd be like putting Blart on a menu. That's where you're at right now?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm almost a chart on the menu.
Yeah. No, I get it.
I'm in the right column. Yeah, I'm on the a la carte chart. That's where I'm at. And I'm out. But no, I think that would be neat. Have people kind of chime in on that. And go to the website. Tell them about the website. Do your job.
Check us out on the website, thatchecksoutwdt. You can find all of our social media links there and all the ways you can listen to our podcast. You can sign up for our email mailing list. You can look at some photos and fun things. You can see our bios, which should be changing soon, so please see them now. That's thatchecksoutwdt.
Don't. That sounds so professional.
Damon loves his dog.
I do not.
Thatchecksout.net.
I do not.
Head on, apply directly to forehead.
She put the picture up there of me and the dog.
Yeah, see, I saw that. You didn't know that.
Yeah, I saw it.
And you guys can see that at thatchecksout.net. Just put me on the spot, Brian. He's like, hey, you know that stuff we're not going to talk about? Go ahead, talk about it. Just do it. It's fine.
Do your job, man.
Apparently, there's going to be links and hot links to things that you can find
Hot
out.
links. Those are delicious.
Yes.
Oh, those are good. Hey, Brian, you on with hot links?
Hot links are good.
Yeah.
Okay. See?
So you can find links to all of our episodes. There'll be keywords and phrases. You can find out where you can get a pet jet, or you can find out where Brian murders a bear. Find out at thatchecksout.net. This has been our show, everybody. I've been your host, Ted Wilson, star of our show, but the one who can't think of a business this week, Damon Paracchio. The man, the myth, the legend. Without this show, wouldn't even be on the air.
We'd be in a car.
That's right. We'd be in a car hearing this all day. Can you hear that? Is that going on?
Yeah.
His name is Brian. We call him Big Mac. That checks out.
I'm just saying. Who's calling me? Hope it's about my car. Hello?
You take any calls?
The Administration Department. The reason you are receiving this pre-recorded message is to notify you that we have got an order to suspend your social on an immediate basis because your social has been found suspicious for some illegal
Agree.
Is there a Nigerian prince involved? Because I really want in on this.
Send. Approve.
So what'd you think of our car one?
That was funny.
there was one point where
you didn't get out on the second one. What happened?
Huh?
Yeah, there was one point where he was
I didn't do the second one till later.
Yeah, you didn't get out, so somebody wasn't paying attention.
I know, because
No. The first one.
The first one, he's like, nope. And later on, he's like, just checking, you still in?
I was skipping around because I was like trying to get it done because I have to start work an hour earlier now. So it's like I had a
daylight savings time.
Yeah. I had some.
Yeah! Can stick the landing. Turn the mic on.
Yeah. We're not recording, right?
No, I had technical difficulties that day, and my computer was acting goofy. I couldn't figure out what was going on, so I was like running behind. And so I was skipping around, just like spot checking it, and I happened to come in on that point, and I was like, "Oh, hit record," because I was working on doing the other recordings. The whole
You didn't
time.
get it all though.
Yeah,
you didn't get it all.
You're still in, right, Brian? If I don't hear anything, I'm gonna think you're still in. And I was like, he got it past him. He's in.
I'm a pile of shit.
I like how you didn't like. I don't know if everybody paid attention. I wish I would have said it to you, Brian. Be like, I think this is the point that Ted wanted to stop for a break because I'm telling you, he's like, if anyone wants to know Ted's like vast knowledge of rest areas or something, and I'm like, yeah, if you want to pull over, I'll go to the bathroom. We could show you. And he was like, right by, and then we had to pull over to the next exit. I was like, yeah, when the hell are we gonna stop? You just want to stop?
I thought it turned out pretty good though.
Yeah, for what we did, yeah.
For what we did. I like that when she's like, I'm just here for the waffles. And you're like, that's an option?
That's an option? I had so many people go like, where's the nearest Waffle House? And I was like, St. Louis? And they were like, no. And I'm like, well, technically Indiana, but we went to St. Louis.
Right.
I was dying with the whole murder a bear thing.
With the what?
I forgot. Because he was like, I've never murdered a bear. I don't murder bears. And I'm like, when did we talk about that? Then I'm listening through. I'm like, oh,
you were like, Brian's mom's coming into town.
Yeah.
They're going to murder a bear.
Yeah. You just drop it as an aside. I'm like, oh, right.
Well, because if you pay attention to if you listen to podcasts, you'll be like, I get that. Like Ed probably found it hysterical. So, but yeah.
Because when Brian, I was like, when did we talk about him murdering bears?
I know.
And then
I
we
was
get to that
at
point, and I'm
work
like,
when I
oh,
listened
right.
Well, I just
to
figured,
it.
how do you top 18 chickens? You can kill a bear. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was at work listening to it, and I busted out laughing, and people like started poking their head back in my department. Like, you're alone back there, right?
The best part is I took his story where he's like, I've never murdered a bear. I'm like, I've never seen him not murder a bear. I put it on there. My boss's boss, he was like, I agree with that. And I was like, thank you. That's logic we all have.
I didn't. Where did that show up at? Was that on our post?
He put it on his Facebook stories. Audio. Was it yours or
It was
Audiohive?
Instagram. I posted
was it
on
Instagram?
That's why.
And then it post to
Yeah.
Facebook. After
Okay, because I didn't see it on Facebook. I don't.
Yeah, I stole it from that. And
Yeah. I've never seen him not kill a bear.
yeah, I've never seen him not kill a bear. My boss was like, that's good logic, Ted. I'm like, thanks.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Now, when we were in the car, Brian, every 2 minutes, he's like, can you, he was talking to the Bluetooth. He's like, can you turn it up? Can you turn it up? So
I need it in my cans.
I need my cans.
Needed
Turn my cans up.
I need it in my cans.
I did have my shirt tucked in for work, if that helps you.
That doesn't help at all.
Okay.
No, I'm focused on the new Boo Goofing.
When I did Kenosha for the last time, John turns to Brian. He's like, what size suit do you wear? And Brian, I don't remember what Brian said. He said 12, 13 maybe. Turns to me, he's like, which size suit do you wear? He's like, 12. I said 12. And then that was it. He didn't say anything else. And so after 5 minutes, like, was there a point with the shoe thing? He's like, yeah, I ordered some shoes that came in the wrong size, but they're like 11 and a half. I'm like, well, I could try 11 and a half. It wasn't like they were 9s or something, you know? So when we drove home, he gave them to me, and
They look nice.
I haven't worn them because like I need to wear them with pants, but I can't wear them with my black dress pants because they don't.
Right. They're like gray suede. Like
I'm the king of.
Like if Elvis wrote a
Yeah.
different song. Yeah. Or if he's colorblind. Those are his blue suede shoes.
Just don't tell him.
Turns out Elvis was colorblind.
Just don't tell him.
Yeah.
Blue rhymes better. Just leave it.
That's not a knife. I don't know what that is. Him and Stevie Wonder both just blind as a bat.
I thought we were gonna die when I said that because you were driving. You're just like, what?
But that's probably why they. That's why his jumpsuit got so tight over here. He's like, we don't give him a new one. He can't see. It's all good. It's all good. He can't see. Is this getting tighter? No.
No.
Just
You're
get
fine.
out there. Get out there, King. Go get it.
And Leon's getting larger.
Yeah. Damon's getting larger. Damon and Carly both went up in weight last week.
Who pays for that?
We each throw in an extra 10, and then the least of the non-fat guys this week, I guess, gets it. But we got to get back down to where we were. So I'm not close. So unless he unless he gets under where he was, I'm cool.
Are we going to throw this in? Because I feel like we're wasting some quality time right now.
Yeah, we can. Are you taping yet?
Yes.
That's a stupid question. Just saying hot.
We walked in the building. Are you taping? I've been taping.
Remember when you walked in and said, "Can we have a private minute?" Yeah, they were hot.
Remember when you made fun of the people out in the parking lot? I was recording that.
We've been recording since you were talking about somebody's hot sister.
Yeah. I apologize, Brian, but she's cute. She looks like you with long hair. I'm sorry, buddy.
Yeah. I wouldn't think she would murder a bear, to be honest with you.
She's after the endangered species. Give me that bald eagle. My brother kills chickens.
I'll snap its neck.
Yeah.
Should we go? Should we start?
I had 2 breakfasts in Miami
Hey,
one day.
thank you for coming around on the dark side. What do you think?
It was kind of a waste. But
What was it?
Well, because
It's never
I
a waste
can't
to have
eat
2
that
breakfasts.
much.
Huh?
I can't eat that much. I only
He had
ate
2
like
breakfasts in Miami.
I only had like half the pancakes.
He's like mellow about it. He's upset he had 2 breakfasts.
This guy had a double waffle as a side to his breakfast.
I had a breakfast bowl at it was awesome, and I had a double waffle as my side.
I think the